Hello. It's been a while since I've live streamed. But yeah, since I figure today was the release of the last episode of Falcon the Winter Soldier, I would do like a live stream like I used to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Also a few other things, just because it's been a while since I've live streamed, so I'm open to talking about kind of whatever, basically. What else has been going on with me? Ooh, Shadow and Bone also dropped today. I know I'm on the first episode. I don't know if I've only just started watching it or I'm like almost at the end, but I'm still on the first episode. I normally would have tried to watch more because I think I'm going to review Shadow and Bone as well as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I got my vaccine today, my first shot of Pfizer, early in the morning, so I couldn't stay up to watch the final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier and try to watch all of Shadow and Bone. I would have stayed up all night and I wouldn't have been able to get up to get my vaccine. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Let me know what is going on with you. In terms of side effects, I'm feeling okay. My arm's a little sore. My sister, because we got our vaccines together, we were lucky enough to get appointments back to back, but she's not feeling too good. She like threw up today. I should probably actually put her Instagram in the description because she's planning on live streaming today. Like I said, she's not feeling super well from her vaccine shot, so that might change. But for now, I'll put her link in the description of this live stream. Boop-a-doo. So, because I also am on her Instagram lives, I'm not really like the focus on her Instagram lives, but I read out like comments to her. So I am there, but yeah. Pull up chat on my phone. So yeah, and then So my sister is Sojubi on Instagram and TikTok. She live streams on Instagram Live, but her main platform is TikTok. So I will do both. Hello, people who are just entering. Basic Bitch, hello, WTF. Today I was thinking about not checking out your channel in a while. That's okay. I don't know. I've like realized more and more that I kind of went into my channel without a plan, really. Just because my channel and my content is all over the place, so like not everything is for everyone. So that's understandable. I'm here talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier because the last episode just dropped today, and then also I know I titled this Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I'm not sure how many people are actually interested in that. So I'm definitely open to talk about other things. The other things I have going on right now is Shadow and Bone, which is an adaptation of a YA fantasy series. I say it's fantasy. It's kind of like that modern Hunger Games-esque marriage between like YA fantasy and YA dystopia. I read the first book a long time ago when it first came out, which is like, I think almost 10 years ago. Oof. As I was in middle school when I think the first book came out. So yeah, that dates me. But yes, Shadow and Bone also came out, and I'm also thinking of reviewing that. Let me know if you guys have like a preference about whether you want me to review Falcon and the Winter Soldier first or Shadow and Bone first. Literally, says Basic Bitch. Yeah, it's understandable because like I've thought about like splitting up my channel into like different things depending on the content. I just don't think I'm big enough to do that yet. Whereas like if because it's like literally I talk about 3 different things. I got to I do writing, makeup, TV show reviews. Woo, you can tell I haven't done a live stream in a while. but yes, so I would literally have to split up my content into 3 different channels. And I'm what, like 240, 230 subscribers. So theoretically, only like mathematically, only about 2% or 10%. I think it is it's 10% of your followers, or no, it's a 1% conversion rate. If like you expect 1% of your followers to follow you to a new channel or a new platform, so I would literally only have 2 subscribers for every channel by that math. So yeah, it really wouldn't be worth it. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really go into this channel with like a strategy or anything. Girl, basic bitch, like girl, I did ISTG. I was just contemplating starting Shadow and Bone on Netflix or joining this. What is the synchronicity? Yeah, so I've only watched the first episode. I kind of like prioritized finishing Falcon and the Winter Soldier first, just because that's the thing I've already been watching, and just kind of like the thing that's been, at the forefront of my mind before starting Shadow and Bone. I kind of want to balance it out because Falcon and the Winter Soldier is kind of the thing I'm interested in. It's kind of the thing I want to review. But Shadow and Bone kind of falls into more of that like young adult fantasy, similar thing a la Fate the Winx Saga, which I think is what a lot of my audience is here for. So, I want to keep it balanced. But in terms of like what order I want to review it in, that's up to you guys. If nobody says anything, I'll probably review Falcon and the Winter Soldier first, just because that makes the most sense. It's the thing I've already watched. Whereas with Shadow and Bone, I'm still only on the first episode. I couldn't finish all of it last night when it dropped because I got my vaccine, my first shot in the morning today. So yeah, I couldn't stay up late and finish it. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. And then after my live stream today, I will also be on my sister's live stream on Instagram Live tonight, hopefully. She also got her first shot today and threw up. So it might be canceled or postponed. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, I'm working on putting it in the description right now, so you'll know. Or you could also just subscribe to my sister. Hang on, I've linked her channel before, so maybe I can just find and copy and paste the link. Basic bitch says, TVH, review whichever first, and don't know about other people's opinions on that. Yeah, I figure like I like realistically probably majority of the people like don't really care. But there's always going to be like, I know there's always going to be like the vocal few who are going to have a preference. And like somebody does have a preference, like, hey, why not voice that? Because everybody else is going to be like, doesn't really matter if you're going to review both anyway. Like, I don't know, like I think more people have more patience than sometimes we as creators give them credit for. Like I think since the majority of people kind of know that I'm going to review both anyway, that they're not going to mind like waiting an extra, I don't know, like maybe a week or so, because I am actually also currently vlogging for NaNoWriMo. That's like part of my writing content that I really do for me because nobody cares and it's fine. Speaking of writing content, want to say, everybody say hello to the vlog because I'm bringing up the vlog. Ooh, I should. Well, StreamYard's okay. Say hello to the vlog. Hello to the vlog. Yes, because I am daily vlogging Camp NaNoWriMo. I think that my first 2 are out. Yeah, my first 2 are out. And if I can finally find my sister's, her link to her Instagram and TikTok, I will start editing. I will start editing my 3rd Camp NaNoWriMo vlog on stream, because I've finally, like, I mean, I knew how to share screen, but I honestly was like, I don't know, I felt kind of insecure about that. I don't know, just because it feels weird to like share your computer screen. It's such kind of like a personal thing, but I've like kind of figured out like what to do if like I don't want to pull something up on screen automatically or not. So yeah, once I find the links to her Instagram and TikTok, we will start reviewing. You'll start working. I'll start working on some videos. Yeah, Camp Nano vlogs. Yes. Where would it? I actually think I linked to it. In another Camp Nano vlog. Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Basic Bitch says, hey vlog. Girl, I'd be scared about screen sharing as well. Yeah. I can't think of the name, but there was this video game that was like Streamer Simulator or whatever. And like in that game, there was a chance you could accidentally share your IP address and then get hacked live on stream, which I think is definitely an exaggeration of what could happen in real life. But I think there is definitely that risk of like accidentally sharing personal information on stream when you're sharing your screen. So yeah, here we go. At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with my sister. Check her out on TikTok and Instagram. Da, 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 da. There we go. I think this is still going to be like my only live stream for a while. I think I'm only in kind of this off season when everybody's kind of busy with school. I think I'm really only going to pop on when there's like a major show to talk about, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know if like, because I was debating about like having the stream either be about Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Shadow and Bone, just because I didn't want it to be about both, because that's kind of a very crowded title, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Shadow and Bone. It's already very wordy just to even say out loud, but to write it down, I think I'd be hitting the character limit for YouTube's titles. But yeah, well, for one thing, I knew I wasn't going to finish Shadow and Bone by the time of this live stream, and then I wasn't sure how much hype there was for it, because like the only reason I knew it was coming out was because of the Alex Myers video. He got sent the show early by Netflix to make a video about. And that's kind of how I heard about it. I didn't, even though, like I said, I read the first book a long time ago, but I hadn't really followed the series since then. And there's been like a ton of books in that series that have come out since the first one came out. And I want to say 2012, 2013, I think. Must have been 2012, because I was still in middle school. So yeah, there's been a ton of books. And I know that series has a very loyal fan base. I think it's the second series that everyone talks about, Six of Crows. I don't know if I like, you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, the Shadow and Bone series, which I don't think the whole series is called Shadow. I think it's called something else. Like I said, I've only ever read the first book when it came out, and then I kind of dropped off. I explained this in my Camp Nano vlogs, but after like 2013, 2014, I kind of dropped off reading YA, or honestly reading period, just because that's when I started high school, and I was really busy with everything. Like I did everything in high school. I was in theater, choir, and instrumental music. I played the viola. So my schedule in high school was like packed. And then college was also another really packed. I was also very packed schedule wise. And so I just didn't have time to read the way I did when I was younger. So yeah, unfortunately, kind of after that, I dropped off of reading YA. And so now a lot of days I feel so like out of touch with a lot of the current YA series. But um, yeah, I thought I would be able to spend like lockdown catching up, but for the longest time, my local libraries have been closed, and you would have to like get a reservation. Like there's like a reservation system for checking out books. It was basically like putting books on hold, pretty much. But I think they really cut down, at least my local area, they really cut down on how much staff are working the libraries. So like I would like request a book, and it wouldn't allow me to pick it up and borrow it in like a month and a half, 2 months later. Like it was that backed up. So yeah, they're finally reopening the libraries like physically here where I live. So maybe in these last few months of lockdown, I can try to catch up on some YA goodness. If you have any like just book recommendations in general, I would let them know, not just YA. I figure like if my audience is going to be interested in any kind of genre in general, it's going to be like YA, maybe even like middle grade. So yeah. Alrighty. If everything went well, my sister's link to her Instagram and her TikTok should now be in the description. I'll be live streaming with her later tonight. Hopefully she's feeling better. Like I said, she's not feeling too good since getting her first shot. So yeah, I am going to share my screen and we're going to do some editing. Infinite stream. Oh wait, I don't need my earbuds. Never mind. And then this morning, or rather this afternoon, because Hey Albert, Jay just arrived. I don't usually read YA, but I have heard the Ember and the Ashes series is pretty good. Yes, I've heard good things about that series too. Like I was saying earlier, the libraries are going to physically reopen because before you would have to like request a book, and it would need to be retrieved in the library system, and that would take like a month and a half. Because I think they've really cut down on how much people are working at the libraries. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then also, I know the stream says we're talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let me know if you've seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But also Shadow and Bone also dropped today as well. And that's how we got on the topic of YA. And let me know, and I've started watching it. I'm only in the first episode, but let me know if you prefer the Falcon and the Winter Soldier review first or the Shadow and Bone review first. I'm going to review both of them regardless, but if you have a preference, do let me know. Okay, so in this vlog, I talk about this like clip right here. I talk about repurchasing or not repurchasing, purchasing the restock of the Club Nebula palette, which is the collab between Angelica and Kaleido and Angelica Nyquist and Kaleidos. That's not going to get here for a very long time. Talk. It's funny because it's like because of kind of the pace at which I release vlogs, which there's kind of like a period between when I actually film them and when I release them. So usually when I talk about, oh, I purchased such and such makeup, like by the time like that vlog releases, I'll usually already have received and have tried that makeup. Like honestly, I'll probably even like the video will have come out before the vlog does. But in this case, because the makeup is being shipped from China, I'm editing right now, but I don't think it's even reached the US yet, my Kaleidos order, which is fine. I honestly don't mind the wait. Yeah, was that all the clips from day? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need time codes in my previous vlog. Still haven't put them in either. You guys want to watch my own video? Because I need okay, so yeah, I need to put in time codes of when all the different days are in my vlog. Nah, that's kind of boring. I'll just wait until after the stream to do that. Till then, let's do something equally fun. Continue to download more clips. Oh no, that's the last of the clips that are in my Google Drive. I need to put in more clips for my phone. Wow, okay. I'm thinking like, because I think this is until like I want to say maybe either late May or early June. I'm only going to stream when there's like a release of a big show, which I don't think there's going to be within that like month and a half. But once the summer hits, I think I'm going to continue doing the plan right now. I'd like to know your input on this. I think I'm going to be continuing my live fan fiction readings on YouTube, just because they're easier to categorize on YouTube. Like I said, you can put in like timestamps of like when, so I'll be able to put in timestamps of like when I read each fan fiction, because sometimes we do not just multiple fanfics, but also like multiple fandoms. And then I think I'm gonna move my regular kind of like hangout streams, kind of like this, or just like the editing streams. I think I'm gonna move that to Twitch. I'm gonna give Twitch a try. Let me know if you have a preference, if like you want me to move everything to Twitch, or you want me to stay on YouTube, or you're like okay with what I have planned right now, or any feedback is helpful. Twitch is going to be a completely different ball game because like how people discover you on Twitch is kind of different compared to YouTube. And then YouTube, I don't have the built-in on Twitch. I don't have the built-in audience I do on YouTube. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different. But yeah, that's the plan right now. Hey, Seth. Seth says, I prefer YouTube just because it's more accessible to me. Don't know about everyone else. Really? I actually, no, I kind of get that. I would think that because my audience skews a little younger than me, that they would prefer Twitch. Like that was like how my mind was going. Cause I only got into Twitch like recently, actually. My YouTube friend, Mike Vidal, who is also a content creator, and she does both YouTube and Twitch. She started streaming on YouTube and then switched over to Twitch and she found that she liked Twitch better actually than YouTube. So I was like, I'll give it a try. There's all these people who are also stream on Twitch that I mainly only watch on YouTube, like RT Games, Jacksepticeye, all the Irish lads, basically. But yeah, and then D'Angelo Wallace also streams on Twitch, but I think he started on YouTube as well. Aphrodite, he does YouTube content, but he like films them on Twitch, then edits them later. Yeah, I know like a lot of people who like kind of do simultaneous content on YouTube and Twitch. I just didn't know if I could really like handle that kind of load. But I think if I split it up in some way, I think I could do both YouTube and Twitch. Just the thing is like, what content is better for YouTube and what content is better for Twitch? Because I don't want to completely stop streaming on YouTube. Yes, Seth, I would I would be curious to know like why YouTube is more accessible for you. Because I sometimes I hear the opposite. Like I hear some people like say it's like harder to find streams on YouTube, or like YouTube doesn't recommend the streams they want to watch them, which Twitch is easier to find. I'd be curious to know what you think about that. Oh my gosh. So I don't know like how much you guys care about this, but a friend of mine, my best friend actually just sent me or sent our like group chat article. A Disney fan says wokeness is ruining the park experience by the Orlando Sentinel. The Orlando Sentinel, I actually don't know if that's a like if they're like a legitimate news agency or if they're kind of like you know like the New York Post, kind of like a tabloid paper. For those of you who don't know, I was slated for the fall 2020 Disney College program, the one that got canceled before we even got to go, because, and I actually vlogged all of this. They announced that they were canceling the Disney College program indefinitely about a month before I was set to go. And but now and my best friend was also supposed to go, I think either a week or two before me or after me, I don't remember anymore. But we're kind of, now that like you know we're not, I don't think I'm going to reapply for the Disney College program once it starts back up again. I don't think she's going to apply either, just because we were already, when we got in, we were already kind of on the older side of the Disney College program. Like most people go when they're like 19 and they like take a semester off of college, but we had already graduated college because our university doesn't like it when we take semesters off. It's kind of inconvenient for the track of our degree to take semesters off. They like to have us all graduate together. And yeah, so we waited to apply till after we had graduated, because you can't apply like the semester after you for the semester after you graduate, and we both got in. So yeah, when they restart the program, I'm probably gonna be like 23, 24 with like all these 19-year-olds. So it's probably not gonna be like the most ideal scenario to be in, unfortunately. I mean, I would still like, in theory, I would still love to do the Disney College program, but it would just kind of be kind of weird, especially if I'm going to be like in New York and starting my career already by then. It'd just be kind of like, unless there's nothing going on in New York, then maybe I'd be more open to it, but I don't know. It's very much leaning towards a no for me. But anyways, because we're not going to do the Disney College program, most likely, we have been tentatively planning a trip to Disney World. Just to kind of like it's a band-aid on the fact that we didn't get to do the Disney College program itself. But yeah, like because like our main thing we wanted to do is see the new Star Wars land, Galaxy's Edge. And so yeah, we've in our group chat, we've been kind of like sharing Disney stuff, and I guess my friend just saw an article that says wokeness is ruining the experience. I haven't read the article, but the first thing that comes up when I open up this article is a picture of the renovated Pirates. So I'm feeling this is going to be a little bit of a non-argument here. Just if they're implying one of the things that's ruining it is the renovation to Pirates. I don't know if you know you guys know all the drama behind that, or the not drama, really, honestly. But yeah, we've been tentatively planning a trip to Disney World because yeah, you know, like part of my original plan for this channel was like, yeah, to like be a park vlogger basically, and like be in the Disney College program and vlog all of that, because that's just such a popular thing to do. And it's like a great way to kind of like as a kind of a lifestyle personality, I guess, to like gain an initial audience, because so many people are always searching for Disney content. And when the program was canceled indefinitely, I had to like swerve very quickly to like find other things to talk about. Well, I was already talking about other things on my channel, but I really had to like reformulate everything on my channel and what I talked about, which has been good and bad, because I know like not everybody cares about everything I talk about on my channel, and that's fine, honestly. You know, so like not everything's going to be for everybody. That's fine. Let me know like what you most prefer for me to talk about, because I can always lean more in that direction. I wanted to. Alrighty, got the next set of clips. Let's keep on editing. Whoa, what's going on here? I just saw on the stream, like, I've like hidden the window, but I'm still in like that kind of. There we go. Heh. He was actually supposed to stream right before me, but she's got like a leak in her house apparently. So unfortunately, she had to cancel her stream today. But yes, I usually am in the chat on her streams on Twitch. Yeah, I thought like getting the vaccine was going to be like because we I got it, or me and my sister got it at the kind of the biggest vaccine center in my city. And we thought it was going to be like a madhouse. We thought it was going to be like a line out the door, but no, it was super empty and the process was so fast. Although I couldn't get any video of it because within kind of a certain area, you're not allowed to film for patient privacy reasons, which makes sense. But I really wanted to get footage of this one like screen that you see when you walk in of like how many shots they've given at that particular vaccine site. And it was like over 200,000. It's pretty impressive. Seth says people are skeptical. I'm sure it will be packed soon. See, that's the funny. It was packed at the beginning when it was like all the people kind of like over 80, and then even like my dad's age, like 80 to 65. But with this one, like now it's like we expected to like wait in some kind of line, but we really didn't. But yeah, maybe we just beat the rush. I don't know. Have you guys gotten your vaccine? Let me know. I know you the majority of my audience now actually is not from the US. So I know the situation can be different for people in different countries. So yeah, let me know. Beth says, old people trying to live. Oh, no. Yeah, like kind of everybody in my immediate family either has all of their shots or at least one of their shots. Me and my sister were kind of like the last people because we didn't qualify early. We kind of had to just wait for like the general population because I have like my cousins work in healthcare, or they're around my age. And then yeah, that's kind of no, except my baby cousin's kind of the only one. Oh, and then I have kind of like the one Republican aunt and cousin who live in a different state. They're not planning on getting their vaccine anytime soon. So that probably means, even though the rest of my family is like at least partially vaccinated, unfortunately, it probably means we're probably not going to see them for a very long time. Because I have a feeling my mom, even when we're fully vaccinated, she's going to be like, they're not vaccinated. Let's just not see them. So yeah, I think that's my only like of age family members who are not vaccinated at this point. Seth says, no, I have to wait because they're going oldest to youngest. I mean, yeah, me too. For us, it's like anybody 16 and older. But if you're like 16 to 18, you have to get, or 16 or 17, you have to get specifically the Pfizer, I think. Moderna? No, I think it's the Pfizer one. That's like okay for 16 and 17-year-olds. Actually, the guy at, because so there's kind of like a check-in point when you get your vaccine. He like spent some extra time looking at my ID because I think he thought I was too young to get it. Like he was like, "Oh, did a parent drop you off?" And this place is like in the middle of downtown, so like I was like, yeah. And he's like, "Okay, let me see your ID." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Let me see your insurance card." I was like, "Oh, okay." And like he like, "I need to see your ID." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he like looks at me. He's like, "Are you over 18?" I was like, "Yes." Because it's like on the sticker on the door on the like the stand, it was like, oh, no entry if you're born like after the year like 2005 or something. Like, I was born way before that. But yeah, I think the guy at the front desk thought I was like under 18 trying to get the vaccine. Get a little shot of my desk right here. This is the desk I'm sitting at right now. Already, that's all that day is. Now I gotta start uploading the next day. Because we're only at, this video is only at like 8 minutes. I do like stereotypical YouTuber, even though I don't, my videos aren't monetized, and I don't have ads on them. I do like to at least put it at the 10-minute mark. Because I think that's just kind of like the norm for YouTube now. I finished up my coffee, so I'm going to go replace that with some water. I will be right back. I am back. And I just realized I forgot to include my like self promo stuff in my description for this live stream. So let me just add that real quick. I'm a bad YouTuber, can't even promote my own stuff. Yeah, so it's my Instagram, my TikTok. I'll put it below my sister's stuff. Instagram, TikTok, and my Truly Beauty affiliate code. Or not, it's not a code, it's a link. But yeah, I've been meaning to do a review. I think I'm gonna wait. That's probably actually gonna be my first video after Camp NaNoWriMo is over, is my review of Truly Beauty, at least the stuff I've tried, because I'm an affiliate with them. Ooh, a nice thing to do if I were to start on Twitch, I could actually like play music. That's what my sister does on Instagram Live. She like plays music while she's painting, which is fun. So then I can have a playlist of my own music, which is probably mostly just what you hear in my YouTube videos. It's probably gonna be like video game soundtracks, stuff from Pokemon, that kind of stuff. So yes, for those of you just popping back into the stream, I forgot to put myself promo stuff in the description box. My description box always contains my TikTok, my Instagram, and then my Truly Beauty affiliate link. If you click on that link, you'll get 15% off Truly Beauty. I still need to do my review video of all the stuff I bought from Truly Beauty. They did not send me stuff in PR, even though I am affiliated with them. I bought this stuff with my own money. And I've been reviewing it. Probably my favorite, I bought the unicorn fruit bundle. Probably my favorite is their body polish. I'll talk about more when I film that review, which will probably be the first video I film after Camp NaNoWriMo is over. But yeah, my first affiliate code. It's very exciting. Keela, hi, just joined. Hi, good to see you again. So technically this stream is titled, Let's Talk About Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm not really sure if anyone has actually seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's okay if you haven't. Also, I figure, you know, it's been a while since I've done a live stream period. So I'm pretty free to just talk about whatever, talk about what's been going on with me, talk about what's been going on with you. Keila, I've binged Shadow and Bone. Oh, I would normally say let me know what you think of it, but I am planning on reviewing it. I did not finish it. That's like one of the other things I planned on talking about because it dropped the same day as the final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I was already like watching all the other episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, and then also, so I couldn't stay up, and one night because I had to watch the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier before I started Shadow and Bone, but then also I couldn't stay up to like watch like whatever the first 4 or 5 episodes of Shadow and Bone the way I did for Fate the Winged Saga, because I had to get up early to get my first shot of my vaccine. Yeah, so I couldn't stay up and watch it. Been Shadow and Bone, gosh, I really want to watch it, but I don't have Disney Plus. Ah, yeah. That's a problem for a lot of people. I've seen it. Also, I am Captain America. Keela says, because I have a huge crush on Bucky. Out of the two of them, I actually like Sam more than Bucky. I know Bucky's kind of like the golden boy for everybody, but I'm actually more of a Sam fan than I am of a Bucky fan. Maybe it's the long hair. I generally don't like guys with longer hair. I think it really just boils down to that. Keela says, really? Yeah, really. I don't know, but I found both of their storylines to be equally as interesting. So it's not due to that, you know. Wow, Kilo, wow. Yeah, so Keela, I was asking everybody earlier, but let me know if you have a preference of whether or not I should review Falcon and the Winter Soldier first or Shadow and Bone first. I'm gonna review both either way, but if you have a preference, let me know. The only thing with the Shadow and Bone review is if I were to review that first, I'd probably take a little longer because, like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I've watched, I think I got through halfway through the first episode. Albert says, I think more people like Bucky because he was Steve's first friend. That's fair, yeah. Sam got introduced in the movie after, which is Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which if you watch Falcon, yeah. But but yeah, like Bucky is like in it from the first Captain America, the first Avenger, the first one. but but actually it's surprising because I remember at the time, like a number of the people I knew actually not really liking that movie. I remember at the time, like out of like my group of friends who were like watching the Marvel movies, I was the only one who really liked Captain America: The First Avenger. So the fact that Bucky has gotten so popular since then is kind of surprising for me, just because in the beginning, like nobody really liked the movie he was introduced in. Rice Slum, hi hi hi. Wow, 4 people. Yeah, it's good. Like I'm getting back into the groove of it. I don't think I'm going to be streaming every week again just yet. Keela Rice. If you guys don't know, Rice is also my sister. Also, Rice Lum, how are you feeling? I know you weren't feeling too well right before I started the stream. Because we just got our first shots today, and you were already feeling kind of queasy before we got our vaccine, but then afterwards you weren't feeling too good. I still plugged your live stream that you're doing tonight, but I'm not sure like if you're gonna feel up to it for then. I mean, like I said, I still plugged your TikTok and your Instagram. It's in the description below if you guys haven't subscribed to my sister. My friends like Captain America because of Chris Evans. Chris Evans is okay. I'm gonna be here. I am giving all the unpopular opinions. Yeah, he's a good Captain America, I would think, but like, I love Chris Evans. He's my G. LOL. I really liked him because I actually really wasn't familiar with his work before Captain America. But I really liked him in Knives Out. But yeah, other than that, I'm not super familiar. Oh yeah, he was also in the 2000s Fantastic Four movie. So I have seen him in something else before Captain America. Wow. I pooped it out this girl. I hope you're feeling better now though. Ooh yeah. Keela says, ooh yeah, he was great in Knives Out. Yeah. Yeah, as Captain America is really good. I think he was a really good choice for Captain America. I know he wants to move into directing though, as opposed to like still being an actor, which is makes a lot of sense, especially as you get older. Acting is like rigorously hard on the body, particularly in Marvel movie type roles like this where you have to get in shape beforehand, which I know like Chris Evans like famously hated getting in shape. Like I don't think this is a super duper spoiler because it's literally the first opening minutes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but Captain America like literally dies off screen. Like they're just like he's dead now. I think because like for such a big hero to like get like a very unceremonious death off screen, it's clearly because Chris Evans did not want to get back in shape. Like he just did not want to do it. He was done. Right, Slum? It's the Chinese tea that makes things better. Oh my god, yes. Like like that cheap green tea in the green box we have at home is magic. Like every time I had a stomach ache, I had a headache, I was feeling like I needed to throw up. Like Chinese tea solves it all. It's the ancient Chinese secret. Okay, for everybody else on the live stream right now who doesn't know what I'm talking about and thinks I'm a crazy person, ancient Chinese secret is like kind of it's a real thing, but it's also kind of like an inside joke with my family. So in the 70s, there was this like laundry detergent commercial that like was like a super like racist commercial of like a Chinese laundromat. And like these white kids are asking, Mr. Lee, how do you get your white so white? And he tells them, it's my ancient Chinese secret, which is so racist. But my dad growing up saw that commercial. And so he references it all the time. Like anytime we find some kind of like little shortcut or like little life hack, he calls it the ancient Chinese secret. So it's like, oh, we find a way to like go around traffic. That's our ancient Chinese secret. So yeah, that's what ancient Chinese secret means in our family. Kila says, I only watched it because he was in it. That's fair. I watched it mainly because I wanted to see Ryan Johnson do something that wasn't a Star Wars movie. Just because I think I've seen Looper, which is also kind of a sci-fi thing, but it's like a more grounded sci-fi thing, where Star Wars is kind of a sci-fi fantasy. And I think Ryan Johnson's a good director. I just don't think Star Wars was a very good fit. He's a very kind of like artsy film school woo kind of director, and Star Wars very much is not that. At least it's not that in the mainstream film series. So yeah, I just don't think it was a good fit. I think he's a great director normally. So yeah, Knives Out was really good. Having the Jasmine one that's $3 for 100 bags. Ooh, those are also really good. One of the things I want to do before I move to New York is go back to probably Impero Taste, which is kind of like our local favorite restaurant here in San Francisco, or Chinese restaurant here in San Francisco, because we've been getting takeout from them. We haven't dined in with them since everything went down a year ago. And one of the things I want to do before I leave is just dine in so we can have some free fucking tea. Because one of the things you don't get when you dine out with Chinese, you get takeout for Chinese food. And is that you don't get like the tea they serve in the tiny little cups. And that jasmine tea is bomb. I need me some restaurant Chinese tea before I go. Kila says, to continue on my other messages though, like it's an issue, like I find that all of Chris's David digs and like others I can't think of right now, they are all over 27. It's an issue. You find the issue with Chris, all of the Chris's. And wait, isn't David Diggs also an actor? I'm sorry, I might just be dumb right now. They are all over 27. I mean, I used to feel that way too, being like, like why do I like all these actors? They're like in their 30s. But now as I get older, I'm like, oh no, like in a few years, I'm going to be over 30. And so like as I've gotten older, my attitude is sort of shifted in that like I'm more accepting now of kind of older actors. Older actors, as in actors in their 30s, like suddenly don't seem as old as they did when I was your age, Keela. Yes, he's in Hamilton. I'm 16, LOL. Yeah. Albert says, speaking of superhero shows, have you seen Invincible on Amazon? The show is I have not. I've really had trouble like keeping up because like Marvel has gotten back into that like we're releasing something every month kind of pace. Also because I don't have Amazon Prime, which I kind of do. I kind of do on Amazon Prime. There's a few things on Amazon Prime I'm very interested in, but yeah, because I do not have Amazon Prime. I've not seen Invincible. I've not actually heard anybody talk about it either. So yeah, maybe one of the roommates I plan on moving in with in New York, I believe, has Amazon Prime. So maybe they can take my Disney Plus and I can take their Amazon Prime. We'll call it even, and I'll be able to watch Invincible. Actors 29 and Asian are yum yum, says Rice. I have the mindset of an effing teenager. I'm sorry. It's being at home that's getting to me. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, like, what? I'm like 22 and I'm still living at home with my dinosaur piggy bank in the background. So I feel you. I feel you. Kilo says, LOL. Am I the only one who used to have a secret crush on Zac Efron when they were younger? Okay, so I was like the prime age for High School Musical. Did I ever have a crush on Zac Efron? I definitely liked I definitely liked God, I'm blanking out on his name. The guy who played Sharpay's brother. That one. I can't remember the name. Rice Slum says, "Me too. I was in first grade." Yeah, I. You were in first grade when like the third one came out. What are you talking about? I because I specifically remember I was in kindergarten when the first one came out, and I think I was in either first or second grade when the second one came out. Because at my summer camp, when the second one came out, we tried to do the oh god, my arm is sore from my vaccine, so I might not be able to do it. It's the what time is it? Summertime. Da, 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 da. It's my vacation. Because like summer camp is a perfect time to do that song. Yeah, and then the third one came out. I think I was about to graduate elementary school. It felt very significant to me. It's like, oh, they're graduating high school at the same time I'm graduating elementary school. Like, it's the same. It means the same thing when it really doesn't. And my friend, wouldn't show. See if you minus sore too. Keela, like 9-year-old me loved it. Yeah. I was 9 when I think the final one came out. Man, Disney Channel movies cannot go past number 3. It's the 3 rule. They went through musical. They built different. Albert, didn't High School Musical also get like a reboot TV show? Yes. High School Musical, the series. Ooh, that title. I feel so bad, that title. Because there was the original High School Musical, and then they wrote kind of like a truncated musical version of High School the Musical so that like schools could perform. I know famously, if you watch Game Theory, Matt Pat, I think his high school did a production of High School Musical, the musical. And then so on Disney Plus, one of their first original shows was series based on the musical version of High School Musical that was also kind of like a soft reboot, but also like continuation, but also an acknowledgement that High School Musical is a fictional work, which was then called High School Musical, the series. I've heard from a few people who have watched it. I think I was doing YouTube when it came. I actually don't think I was doing YouTube. Strike that. I don't think I was doing YouTube when that show came out. I think because it came out before kind of everything went down. But I heard from a few people who watched it, and it was kind of like a. In some parts, it's just like so bad you just skip it, but then some parts it's so bad it's like funny. So yeah, that's what I've heard about it. Keela says, yeah, but it'd be rubbish. I don't know what kind of voice I just went to right there. It was like half British, half like Jamaican. It looked like poop, like the poop I just took an hour ago. So I didn't bother, but I saw Alex Myers poop on it. Yeah, I feel like Alex Myers is actually, in terms of like my TV reviews, Alex Myers is kind of like a good baseline. Like Alex Myers gives me a lot of inspiration into like what I should be reviewing if there's like nothing new out to review, because he's been doing that kind of like comedy review stuff with his like animated figures for a while. So he's got like a whole backlog of like TV shows he's reviewed that's like good content to mine for. Although I can never do it as well as him. Keela says, okay, but if we're talking about celebrity crushes, can we talk about Michael B. Jordan? That's what Michael B. Jordan. Because I was never a sports person growing up. I could see it. What was my celebrity crush growing up? I didn't really have one. I definitely, this is gonna age me, but I definitely had my like Harry Potter and like Draco Malfoy phase growing up. I think everybody kind of around my age has. Yeah, so I like had a crush. I think I had a crush on Harry first. And then like after the third movie, like after the one where they all go through puberty, I had a crush on Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy. I still think like Draco's a dick. Um as a character, but Tom Felton is very attractive. So I read the books first. I think I read the first 4 books before I ever watched any of the movies. And I was like, why is, but then everybody else I knew had like both like watched the movies and read the books at the same time. So like, oh my God, Draco is so hot, blah, blah, blah. But I had only read the books. So I was like, why do you guys like this guy? He's like a dick. He's like the bully. And then I watched the movie and I was like, okay, I get it. Rayslom says, yeah, I go to him if I'm interested in a bad show. Yeah, he's reviewed so much. It's very impressive. Especially considering that because he animates his kind of like figurines, it takes a while for him to come out with stuff. He says, Lolo, well, it's funny because I'm British and Caribbean. That's cool. Same bro. Okay, so don't laugh. Cedric Diggory. Yeah, I like Cedric Diggory. As Edward Cullen, blanking out on the actor's name again. I'm an actor. I should really know other actors' names, but unfortunately I don't. But yeah, the guy who plays Cedric Diggory as Edward, I did not find him attractive. But as Cedric Diggory, I found him more attractive. I think because as Cedric Diggory, he has a little bit more personality. I like guys with a good personality. What can I say? Me either, but Sasuke, Itachi, and Lelouch. Ooh, I loved Lelouch. I think I've shown it in 1 or 2 vlogs in the past, but right above me is a Code Geass poster. It's like the only poster I have in my whole room. Islam also says Tuxedo Mask. Yeah, well, Tuxedo Mask, just like the costume itself. Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, but his kind of Damien or whatever his like English name is, he's kind of a dick, especially in the earlier season when he's like actually when they like stop doing the whole like I'm gonna be a dick to you, but I secretly like you thing. Like then he becomes appealing, but in like those first like 2 seasons, I want to say, where he's just like, oh hey bunhead, like he's so annoying. Raislam, white boys don't do it for me, but I understand the appeal. Forget his name. Thought I was the only one. Muscular with minimum acting skills. The guy who played Cedric Diggory and Edward Cullen, I think I think, especially because I saw him also in The Lighthouse, which is kind of this like indie horror movie, woo film school, mise en scène, arty farty. No, I kid, but it was very good. He was in this film called The Lighthouse, and he was very good in that. It was kind of an avant-garde performance, so it wasn't like typical Stanislavski realism. It was a little more kind of out there compared to that, but I think he's a good actor. Edward Cullen's just a really shitty role. Sometimes not even a good actor can make a bad role good, unfortunately. Sometimes a bad script just is a bad script and there's no saving it. So yeah, I definitely, there are a lot of like white actors who give me confidence that I could make it in acting someday somehow. Because sometimes I'll watch a show and be like, how? I won't name any names because that's just bad. But yeah, there's just sometimes where I just watch something and I'm like, it's okay. If they can do it, you can do it. OMG, Cardcaptor Sakura's brother. Oh God, it's been so long since I've watched Cardcaptor. I don't remember what he looks like anymore. LOL, not being into manly white men. Yeah, I don't like super kind of like, but that's why when you were like, oh, Chris Evans, I was like, because I mostly think of him as like beefcake Captain America, and that really kind of doesn't do it for me. I know it does it for most other people, but Insert Bella walking into biology with a fan-facing Edward. Wait, they were still dating when Serena was in high school and Damien was in college. Yuck. Yeah, that was Japan. I used to have a crush on, Keela says, I used to have a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. Not gonna lie, I was that basic. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio has never really done it for me, actually. Even like Titanic, is okay. I think it's because it was kind of before my time, and it takes a lot for me to like a rom com. The example I always of a rom com I actually like was like is like this super unknown film, at least in the United States, called About Time, with Rachel McAdams and Donald Gleason. It's very well known in South Korea, but for some reason it like bombed in the States. But I just happened to see it with some friends, and like that rom-com is like, it's like a rom-com, but it's also kind of a sci-fi movie because there's like time travel in it. And yeah, that's like one of the few rom-coms I really like. Or, well, Titanic really isn't a rom-com. It's kind of romantic tragedy, but like it's like it's still very feel good for the fact that it's a tragedy. Albert says, a lot of my friends growing up were anime fans, and all of them had a crush on Yuno from Future Diary. I did not watch Future Diary growing up. So yeah, I don't really know. Ricelum, you might be able to comment on that one, but I can't because my sister Ricelum, who's in chat right now, she's watched a lot more anime than I have. He says, yeah, I have a type, white guys. I definitely do not have a racial preference, but I remember like for a little bit in college, I like questioned whether my type was white guys, but then I realized like it was just that my college was mostly white guys. So it wasn't that I had a preference, it was that was just kind of all that was on offer. Saw Titanic and he was kind of fine, not gonna lie. Me never watching anime. My idea. Not you, no. Okay. Ricelum, I knew you would have something to say about that because I never watched the show. Keela says, my ideal would be white, dark hair, blue eyes. If your hair is white, but also dark, would it be? Again, am I just not getting this? Is there something I'm not seeing? White guy with dark hair? Maybe. Rayslum says, y'all probably can tell my type is POC, but Asian guys are my preference. Yes, we all know. I'm kidding. Although Ricelum, when I was dating an Asian guy, because like my high school sweetheart, we dated for like 2.5 years. He was Asian. You thought he was like the scum of the earth. So like you also like can't have it both ways. Be and diss me both when I'm dating Asian guys and white guys. Okay. It is. Albert says, yeah, Yuno is crazy. Let's just. Oh, it's Future Diary, the one where like there's a competition to kill everybody and there's like cell phones involved. I think I might have seen it like a million years ago. Yes. Keela says, I tend to have crushes on fictional characters and the elves in Lord of the Rings. Have you guys seen Legolas? Well, because of you, Keela, I have seen Legolas. Because I did the random Lord of the Rings fan fiction reading. And to prepare for that, I tried to watch the whole Lord of the Rings movie. I didn't get to the part with the elves, but then after the reading, I got to the part with the elves. And then, of course, it happened to be that the random fan fiction I picked was a Legolas fic. I don't know. Your ex just radiates creepy energy. He wasn't creepy. Okay, some people thought he was creepy. He wasn't actually creepy. He was just like really geeky and awkward, and he didn't shower. Hila says, ooh, and his daddy in Hobbit. I haven't seen the Hobbit series. I've only seen the first Lord of the Rings in preparation for the live fan fiction reading, which is no longer publicly listed, unfortunately, because the author asked me to take it down, unfortunately. So yeah, but that was a fun first live fan fiction reading. Albert says, you are correct. It's the right anime. Okay, so I have seen at least, I think I saw like the first 6 or 7 episodes, I want to say, at least the beginning. I know I didn't finish it, but I did see like the first couple episodes. Hila says, he a snack, bit his daddy's a whole damn meal. Raislam says, yeah, that's creepy. Look, man, high school was a complicated time. Elevator's Not Worthy says, hello. We've got a little bit off the rails in terms of conversation, but yes, this live stream is to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Although this has been my first live stream in a while, so I'm kind of like just opening it up to just everybody talking about whatever. And then also I know a lot of people in my audience have not seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet. I'm also talking about, I've also been talking about Shadow and Bone because that released the same day as the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I've been asking people what their preferences are. Should I review Falcon and the Winter Soldier first or Shadow and Bone first? So yeah, feel free to weigh in. Raislum says, I've never seen it because I was obsessed with One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto, top 3 of Yummy Men. Also, those are just really long anime. Those 3 combined, like you could spend a whole lifetime trying to watch all the episodes. Keela says, I have BF, but I'm such a simp for people I can't date. Raislum says, me too. Oh, you guys. I really missed this. I've missed this kind of like interaction. Elevator's Not Worthy says, I really loved this episode, but I didn't really like the fact that Sharon is the power broker. It was kind of like Agnes being Agatha Harkness. So I'm not actually super familiar about like what Agent 13 or Sharon Carter's deal is in the comics. I've actually had to do like a lot of research into like the Captain America comics because when I was reading comics, I was mainly reading like Black Panther, West Coast Avengers, and the very short-lived all Asian superhero team, the Protectors, which why I'm very excited for Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. But yeah, so I wasn't super familiar with the Captain America comic books, so I didn't really know kind of what Sharon's deal was. But I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, that she's never been the power broker in the comics. At least I don't think so. But I think, because I generally kind of think of her as just kind of a generic good guy agent. So her being the power broker is it's kind of like it's kind of the most boring way to make a character interesting, but at least it's something different. I'm not really sure, like, they literally revealed it in the last episode, so I'm not really sure where they plan on going with it. But if they're going to go with it in an interesting way, then I'm open to it. Like, I don't know if like I said, I don't really know if Agent 13 was really all that interesting in the comics compared to this version. So, if they do something different, I don't mind. Alrighty, Keela says, because they're married years older than me or just straight up fictional. The whole Haikyuu cast. Girl. Elevator's Not Worthy says, also Sam in that suit. OMG, amazing. So comic book. I know. Comic book accurate. Yes. I was so happy they did Sam Wilson Captain America. I mean, because I like the few versions of the Bucky Captain America. Because honestly, I thought that's where they were going. They were going to do like Bucky Captain America first and then do Falcon Captain America or Sam Wilson Captain America. But for one thing, like Bucky Captain America, like his suit just basically just looks like Captain America. It's just like is Captain America with like a different white guy in the suit. Whereas like Sam Wilson Captain America, it's like Falcon combined with Captain America concept. So it's like it's different, and then it's got like the white and red instead of the like the blue. So yeah, it's very different, and I liked that. Reslam says, but not the minors. Elevator is not worthy says, I feel like Peggy Carter would be so disappointed in Sharon right now. I mean, I think I would have. It definitely was jarring for like Sharon to go from like good guy, like basic kind of like agent. She's like the grand niece of Agent Carter. I want to say she's not the granddaughter. But yeah, she's like. So yeah, she's like a descendant of Peggy Carter, and so yeah, she's just basically like it's kind of like Jean Grey and Emma Frost, like. Whether you like Peggy Carter or Sharon Carter is like, do you like brunettes or do you like blondes? There's no difference in the personality, but yeah, like I feel like in the comics, at least what I know of Agent 13 is basically just like a modern version of Peggy Carter but blonde. So like I said, I think it's jarring that like we really just saw her go straight from kind of goody two shoes agent all the way to being like this like not slumlord, but kind of like I think of a kingpin or like the Kingpin from the Daredevil comics, and I think if maybe there had been like maybe a series or a movie in between where we kind of see that transition a little more, I think it would have been less jarring. But I can understand like just going straight from good guy to like gray guy, I guess. Although Agent 13, doesn't she have like a gray suit in the comics? So maybe that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's a little jarring. Yeah. Miyatsumu 23. He says, OMG, my heart when I found out the age of Robert Downey Jr., he is 50 something. I mean, hey, like I said, when I was your age, Keela, I was like, ugh, like old man, like no way, like literally my father. But as I get older, I think sort of like what's like acceptably old becomes wider as you get older. Because I remember being 16 and being like, 30, like you're like in the grave. Elevator's not worthy says, no, in the comics there are two power brokers, both men. It's kind of like Taskmaster. Anyone can be behind the mask. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, that like normally Agent 13 is not connected to the power broker. There are two. Yeah, that makes sense. There have been multiple power brokers. It's like Electro. It's like it's a generic enough villain that people really aren't attached enough to that they can just basically do multiple versions and it's fine. He says, my poor boyfriend. Elevator's not worthy says, well, someone confirmed today that they are now working on Captain America 4 with the creator of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Cool. Keela says, me have no idea what you guys are on about. LOL. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to keep it balanced, like talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then like trying to engage in like what other people are talking about in chat. Rice Lem says, your dream is to have a girlfriend who likes anime. Well, let me tell you something. It's not, because now I'm competing with Levi Ackerman and the whole fucking cast of IQ, says random guy on TikTok. Yeah, I think I watched. No, I didn't. I was gonna say I watched the most anime when I was with my high school sweetheart, because he was super into anime. But no, I was too busy with high school. But we did bond over anime. I do remember that. Element and Rice Lum says, LMAO, I didn't know what they're talking about either. Elevator's not worthy says, great niece. Okay, so great niece of Peggy Carter. If you consider Agent Carter canon, then you know Sharon shouldn't exist. Peg's brother died in the war, leaving no family behind. So really, Sharon can't physically exist. I mean, comic book logic, because I just mentioned Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Like Shang-Chi's whole thing is that he's just discovering he's got like a million half siblings. Just because his absentee father is like a dick. So maybe it's the same case with Peggy Carter. She just has some other sibling or half sibling we just never knew about. um, but yeah, that's true. That is kind of like a conflicting canon. Um, I did I finish Agent Carter? I don't think I did. I think I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I still had like two. No, because it had multiple seasons, didn't it? I don't know. I those ABC shows, I could not keep up. I already had a hard enough time keeping up with the Netflix shows. Like the ABC shows were just like too out there for me. So find other guys attractive. Rice Slum says, it's all right. People are beautiful and you are allowed to look. This says, I mean, can we all agree Kate Blanchard is beautiful. Kate Blanchard? Am I confusing two different people? I was talking to my actor friends and they were all upset because I always confuse all of the Kristens. The only one I know for certain what they look like is Kristen Stewart, because she was in Twilight, and Jumanji, and a few other things. But yeah, like Kristen Chenoweth, Kristen blanking out. But there's like a ton of like blonde Kristens in Hollywood who like all kind of look similar to me, who I always confuse them. And Tyler Lee, so it isn't just me being a simp. Okay, though, instead of me being a simp for literally anyone else, I would appreciate for my boyfriend for a second. Like, he is amazing, not gonna lie. Not joking. Oh, that's cute, Keela. Raislam says, Kim Soo Hyun. I'm going to, knowing you, Raislam, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that's either K-pop or K-drama person. Probably K-drama. You haven't been into K-pop lately. Keela says, and he is a beautiful man. No. Keela says, I wish I could show you guys a pic of him because he's amazing. Aw, that's so cute. I mean, like, I'm like, I know I'm like, I with like people I date, I'm like really bad about like taking pictures with them just because I'm not a picture taking person to begin with. But yeah, like it's great you have pictures because I don't know, like especially even if it like doesn't work out, like the pictures with kind of past partners is like very important. Like down the line, like you end up throwing away like the gifts and the other stuff, but like the pictures, if I could give anybody, the pictures is what you want to keep. My Slum says he's an actor. I'm in more into anime right now. Shit to watch. Oh, yeah, that's true. I thought about because Netflix actually has a fair number of K dramas, so I thought about like if maybe people are interested in maybe me reviewing like a K drama, maybe either like one of because I don't really know what like the ones people are all talking about right now. I don't think there's kind of a same like industry of like talking about, at least in the English speaking YouTube, of talking about K drama the way there is talking about other shows. But yeah, I was thinking about like either like doing a current one or maybe even like a really classic one that everybody knows, like Boys Before Flowers. Keyless is OMG, I'm dying. He literally just came over, looked at my shoulder, and was like, "Bro, I am your ideal. I am perfect." Aw. Reslov says, "Lamau." Like flicked his hair and walked off. I'm dying. Literally straight up like a diva. Rice Slum says, maybe either all the 12-year-olds are on Instagram talking about the new dramas. Yeah, I stay away from them. Yeah, I know like I definitely like be interesting to like look into that and like see what kind of like the Discord, which like dramas the discourse really like pushes versus the ones they don't. But I don't know. It's like, is there an audience for that? I'm not really sure. Or even is my audience is interested in that? I don't know. Rather watch at my own pace, yeah. Seth says, I'm literally watching nothing but Pokemon and Winx Club. Yeah, I think that's like the kind of like Winx Club is kind of the core thing that joins like all of my audience is Winx Club. Speaking of Winx Club, I was trying to watch it all the way through. I am eventually going to review all of the seasons. But I obviously I have to film my review of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then I've got to do Shadow and Bone. I think after that, then I am going to do X-Men Evolution, because if I have Shadow and Bone in between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and X-Men Evolution, that'll be like a buffer of like a thing I have more of a guarantee that people are going to be interested in. So I can do the two risky things in between it. And then after that, I'm going to try to watch all of Winx Club. Oh my God. I just started season 8. It's a lot. It really is. Like, I know some of you guys are like younger. And so like 8 seasons of 26 episodes doesn't seem like a lot. For me, that's a lot. Like, I need breaks in between. I know Jenny Nicholson is planning at some point to do a Winx Club video, but like I don't even know if she's really even started it yet, because like she's very thorough and she likes to watch all of it multiple times through. So it's going to take her a long time to get to the Winx Club video, because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. But I do know she's doing it. She said on Twitter that she like is even like buying costumes for the video. Rice Lum says you could do a video comparing the Korean, Japanese, anime, Taiwanese, and Chinese Boys Over Flowers. That's a lot of versions to watch. Can you imagine like the content, the hours it would take for me to watch that? Like, I would be in New York by then, working, being a real adult. I mean, yeah, that's like and then I don't even know how like interested people are in Boys Over Flowers. It's kind of like the classic K-drama I always think of, but that's like what I think of. Like, people younger than me are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot on my plate right now. Like, I've got like enough content on my plate for me to last me a while. So I think I'm okay. It'll be an idea to have in my back pocket if it's like the dry season, there's no new shows out, but sounds like a project. Keela says, I'm currently watching High Seas and Call the Midwife. Oh, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. LOL, I noticed the only time I've mentioned my boyfriend. Yeah. When I'm dating someone, I haven't been dating anybody over the history of my YouTube channel, but I think if I was dating somebody, I probably wouldn't mention it all that often. So I understand. Rice Lum says the Korean one is the most popular and the anime manga is the original. Seth says, take your time. It's okay. I mean, watch the Winx. I watched the Winx series through 4 times. Wow. That's really impressive, Seth. I mean, I know I'm technically going to be watching at least the first 3 seasons. Like, technically speaking, I'm going to be watching them like 3 times through, because you have the 4Kids version, the original RAI dub, and then the Nick specials. I'm going to watch all 3. And even though they theoretically cover the same content, there are definitely differences. But it is essentially, if you really want to boil it down, it is the same 3 seasons. Like, there are differences, but only mega fans like us really care. So yeah, so technically I am at least watching the first 3 seasons. Three seasons, 3 times through. So yeah. Keela says, they is this one pick-me girl at my school who only mentions manga and anime. My slum says, "Oh no, okay, that's not me though. Thank God." I remember like having in like middle school, even maybe earlier, elementary school, like late elementary school, having that like I'm not like other girls phase because I've always kind of had an equal split between male friends and female friends. And but with my male friends, like they were kind of dicks, and so they would be like, "Oh, like you're a girl, you don't play real video games." And that was partially because growing up we weren't allowed to have a PlayStation or an Xbox, so I didn't play like, like the stereotypical like manly man games, so like Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, like none of those I really had access to because we only had a Wii and a DS. So I would play all the like stereotypical girly girl games. Um yeah, and like the only like really like acceptable game I played that like my guy friends played was like Pokemon. So yeah, I would get like shit on a lot for that, and so like because of that, I developed like the pick me, I'm not like other girls personality as a defense mechanism. And then I kind of grew in little as I grew older, I grew a little embarrassed of that. I accepted kind of like brought back my feminine side a little bit more. That's why I didn't get into like fashion and makeup until I was like an adult. I really wasn't into it as a kid. Keela says, I mean, how could I not talk about my BF as I want to flex as much as possible? I'm laughing so much, and he's just in the kitchen right now, strutting himself around wearing some kids. Because I was having a bad day, he wants to cheer me up. It worked. Oh, that's sweet. Kind of had, Rice Lum says, I kind of had that too in middle school. Then end of middle school, I stopped. Yeah, I think it was like around high school where I kind of stopped really caring. I wasn't like quite ready to like be more outwardly feminine until like I want to say even like college. But yeah, high school is kind of when I started to drop the like, I'm not like other girls, yada yada yada. I think there was also around that time there was just in general kind of a cultural shift against the kind of like that kind of attitude of I'm not like other girls, because before that it was kind of cool to be like, I'm not like other girls. Seth says, I never understood the edgy phase, but I might be a loser. No. I mean, I was never like, well, I scratched that. I was kind of edgy, but I was only as edgy as my parents would allow me to be. I really like, in like late elementary school, early middle school, I really wanted to go like full goth. But I could not because I have strict Asian parents. Keela says, I've always liked been like super feminine as I loved and love the 1950s cottagecore style and always have. That's cool. Yeah. My best friend is actually she's kind of just discovering like aesthetic and like the different aesthetics on Pinterest. And yeah, she's been getting into cottagecore. So I actually kind of thought of you when she's like, oh, I'm getting into this new thing called cottagecore. I was like, it's not new, but I'm happy for you. But I actually thought of you, Keela, when she mentioned cottagecore, and I was like, oh yeah. Like the 16-year-olds, they've been new. Like this is not a new thing. But yeah, I kind of like want to do a video about different aesthetics, just because I'm still kind of in the exploratory phase of, I've talked about this on stream before. I'm still kind of exploring what my aesthetic is, and I really can't name it right now. If I had to like on the spot name it, I would say I'm like somewhere between like not even dark academia, because I don't always go for dark colors. But I don't here's the problem. I don't lean like wholly into one camp or another, or even honestly two. Because like my first like instinct was being like, I'm a mix of dark academia and like normcore because I'm kind of basic. But then even like I don't fully fit into dark academia because I don't always go for dark clothes, especially around this time of year, like spring and summer. Like to be in like really dark colors in the middle of New York summer, like no thank you. But I'm not completely like light academia either, because I don't really look great in certain color shades of beige. And I feel like light academia is just a lot of beige. Kilo says, I was cottagecore before cottagecore was a thing. You were ahead of the trend. Rice Lum says, so academia? I guess so. But yeah, I like want to do a video once I'm out on my own to like either I tried different aesthetics for a week, or like I tried to become aesthetic. I give myself a week to become aesthetic. Obviously, that would have to wait until I'm in my apartment in New York because I'm not really allowed to like change anything in my childhood room or even like buy anything for my room right now. And my furniture is like vintage, but not in a good way. If you see behind me here, it's like that like 2000s wood grain. That's like, it's vintage 2000s, but it's not like Y2K, so it's not aesthetic. Nothing about me right now is aesthetic. Rice Lum says, my aesthetic is lazy bum because I think that there is because I have already started doing some research into that. By research, I mean I've been scrolling through TikToks for numerous hours. I think that's called like comfy core or something like that, or like dirt core. I know, like, because a lot of like even like mainstream outlets talk about dirt core. It's like, oh, in the pandemic, we are embracing our dirt core, which that's out of all of the aesthetics that like are blah 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 core. That's a very weird one for mainstream media to pick up. Kilo says, "LOL, I am naming my aesthetic is so." As it's a mix of vintage and cottagecore. My whole room is how aesthetic can I go. Yeah, I wish I had an aesthetic room, but I really don't have control over what my room. My mom is just, my mom is just very particular about like what I can buy and like where everything should be. So like I really can't just suddenly go around rearranging things or buying new stuff for myself until I'm out on my own on the other side of the country, where my mom can't just barge in and start redecorating my room, which she has done. So yeah, like my room is just flower central. Ooh. Seth says aesthetics what that I just wear whatever my hands can reach. Yeah, I think Rice Slum, I think you're kind of the same thing. Rice Slum says IDK, I think aesthetics are a white people thing. I'm gonna just vibe on the side. I don't follow that many I don't follow that many white people on TikTok. Like I'm like slowly realizing it. Like I'm on like native TikTok, I'm like on black TikTok, I'm on Asian TikTok, and not like by Asian TikTok, I mean like not all those like white Asians who are dancing in like cat dresses. Because for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, when I first started TikTok, I was like, oh, I would like to find some more Asian creators. And my sister was like, oh, just search like hashtag Asian. And I did. And the first one I saw was like of that like half Asian guy who's very white passing, like dancing in the cat girl main outfit. And I was like, oh, this is not what I was looking for. I mean, no offense to anybody who that is what they're looking for. I just honestly wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, hashtag Asian, like people like I was expecting people like Leah Dong and people the Uncle Roger guy, like Asian comedy stuff, Asian commentary kind of stuff. But no, so that was not what I was expecting. Kind of a shock. But yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there are a lot of Asian people on TikTok who are like aesthetic. I feel like it's not like I think it might have I think certain aesthetics are more white than others, but I feel like aesthetic in general is like kind of a more universal thing. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think. Kilo says, LOL, that is kind of true. Rice Lump says, bro, mom just started moving shit and I thought I lost my homework and started freaking out. Oh my God, the amount of times where I am looking for something in this house and and like mom has moved something and like she doesn't tell anybody about it. And so I'm like going for the thing and the thing is not there. And then I go to mom, I was like, hey, where's that? Where is this thing? I need this thing. And she's like, oh, it's like in the obvious place. Because like, my mom, like her communication style, she's unfortunately not very exact with her language. Like even I was picking up takeout after we got our vaccine shots and she told me to wait for her down there without like pointing anywhere. She just said, wait for me down there. And so what I thought she meant was wait like at the corner near where I got the takeout. But then she literally like, I see her like drive past me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hila says, my whole life is aesthetic white people, Asians who are who do journaling. Or journaling, I think is what you meant. Ooh, journaling. I'm actually, I stopped bullet journaling kind of like basically when I lost the Disney college program because I was like, well, fuck, I have no reason to live. I just had nothing to plan for anymore, basically. And so, yeah, I stopped bullet journaling. I have my old bullet journal right here. But I think now that I'm planning my move to New York and it's coming up within the next couple of months that it's time for me to get a bullet journal again. So yeah, I'm gonna start bullet journaling again. I really did miss it, but I just had nothing to write down. Ricelum says, that's also the night I decided to change my major because F math. Hila says, does anyone else have that one Karen teacher? I'm lucky enough to have graduated from school, actually. In about 2 months, almost from today, I will have graduated college a year ago, which is crazy. So my English teacher, we'll call her Miss Karen. The vegan teacher. Oh my God, I saw the iNabber video on the vegan teacher. Oh my God. Oof. Oof. She's the worst. She is. They would be BFFs. No joke, for real. Rice Lum says, mom's mom shits on me for giving bad directions. Well, guess who I get it from? Yeah, because she's always like, oh, it's in the obvious. It's in like the obvious spot. It should be in here. And I was like, well, it's not in there. And then of course she doesn't trust me and has to go look herself. And then when she sees it, I was right and it was not there. She's like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, you're the one who moved it. Hila says, not my boyfriend doing the why the F aren't you vegan yet thing now. Luckily I've never had like those kind of vegan friends. I've definitely have friends who are vegan, but like I think there's like this like minor subset of vegans who like really evangelize veganism. It kind of like turns off a lot of people and like people get the perception that that's what all vegans are like when really like, no. I would like to be vegan, but Chinese food has lots of beef in it and pork, chicken, duck. My mom is vegan, but not that kind of vegan. Yeah, I do think it's a minor subset of people who are like the super vegans, who are really like in your face about being vegan and kind of like take it upon themselves to like become like to like proselytize about vegan philosophy. But yeah, I don't think most vegans are like that. Rice Lum says, my Karen teacher kicked me out of the class. Yeah, I still hate her. She was from middle school. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember this one teacher from high school who was kind of like hated by majority of people. And I had her class and we heard this like shouting in the hall. There was just like people running down the hall. And so there's like this hallway between her, like this very narrow hallway between her class and like the main hallway. And she like went outside to like see who was shouting and running. And I just see from like, because I have from my desk, I had a clear view down the hallway to the main hallway where she was standing. All of a sudden I see her like being like, hey, what are you guys doing? I just see her, a shoe flies out of nowhere and hits her square in the face. Everybody was shocked because we all hated her. We all wanted to laugh, but we couldn't because she was right there and we were in her class. But oh man. This is LOL, OMG. Ricelum says, I would be vegan too, but meat and milk tea. Oh yeah. Boba. Oh no. Yeah, I could never be vegan. Well, there's oat milk. And then for the boba, you have like agar, which is like the seaweed gelatin, right? So I guess technically we could still have boba and be vegan. Ricelum says, also, I don't think my body would be able to handle that. See, I know I could handle being vegan. Oh shit, cheese. I just remembered cheese. Okay, I can't be vegan. My body couldn't handle me being, my body would shut down. All right, you guys, on that note, I think I'm gonna call it here. This has been a lot of fun. I really have missed live streaming, but I didn't want to like do it too often because like, you know, a lot of you guys are in school right now. It was like kind of a lot to be doing it every week, 2 times a week with all you guys being in school. And I think, like I said earlier in the stream, if you didn't catch it, I think I'm going to start up streaming streaming regularly again in late May, early June, halfway on Twitch and half on YouTube. I'm gonna continue the live fan fiction readings here on YouTube, and I am going to move these kind of like chatty live streams to Twitch and give that a try. Let me know. I'm going to keep the stream running for a few more minutes so you guys can keep talking, but let me know if you guys have a preference for YouTube or Twitch. I do want to give Twitch a try, but I don't want to completely stop using YouTube as well. So yeah, let me know your guys' opinion as I read out the last of chat. Seth says, you know, I used to love math, but then I switched teachers and my last 2 were awful. Yeah, I used to hate math, and then I got this one really good tutor over the summer who was like, super chill, California, like Asian guy. And yeah, he was like really cool. And he handled my multiple breakdowns over pre-calculus because I just felt pre-calculus made me feel so stupid. But yeah, he's an OG for. Okay, after this, I was talking about my BF, but he is on feet, and his friends were like, oh, is your GF here? And he was like, I'm dying. My teacher taught in New York, and he said a chair was thrown at him on the first day of work. No, when I was at, okay, so yeah, like my first high school, I went to 2 high schools. My first high school, somebody picked up and tried to throw a desk at my English teacher. It's part of the reason why I transferred out of my first school. Yeah. I'm dying. He's so sweet. Heard from my room. Oh, that is savage. Bye, Seth. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for attending. I will see you next time.